Hello, my beautiful collective. It's Mara Bird, and welcome to Baby Steps Tarot, Esoteric Astrology, all that good stuff. This is your gossip read. We need to tap in, and see what's going on. It's been a hot minute since we've been here. I think I've had, yeah, I know I've had a couple of channelings, but other than that, we haven't had like a really good, solid, how about them retrogrades? Everybody's like, what are you talking about? Like, we're just still coming out of the shadows of the Venus and Mercury retrograde. And we're still smack dab in the middle of Saturn, and Jupiter went retrograde. There's just still a lot going on. There's a lot in the karmic washer machine. So we are just going to tap into the collective and see what's going on. If you are part of my High Priestess collective, you can stay on for the fourth pile, and that will be just for y'all. I actually recorded about 10 minutes of this, and it was too choppy. It was too fast. It was so much energy coming in, and I just had to like take a breather. Universe is like, calm it down. Oh, sorry. Got my tourmaline. Let me just sit on it. All right, pile number one. Oh, you know what? Let me, for the people that need piles, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, I had to, I'm not, okay. Pile number one, green aventurine. Pile number two is going to be the red jasper. Pile number three will be the strawberry quartz. And pile number four will be, which was my High Priestess collective, the black tourmaline. Okay, my initiatrixes. I love it. So let's go ahead. Let's get a shuffle in here. Even though I've shuffled this like 18,000 times, we're going to do it again. Always feels better to do it on camera. When I turn on the camera, the energy comes at me. So it's kind of like one of those, yeah. Okay, pile number one. What's the gossip on my pile number one? 2 minutes in. Woo, we've got the box. And it came out in the horizontal. People can't put you in a box. But I feel like there's something very traditional about you also. So it's like this, I feel like the way you present to people is like, oh, I'm getting this part of my tribe type of thing. Okay, yeah, I'm already tapping to a collective that you might be very different than the people like I'm right now in the collective of Texas. I am not in, even though I'm one of the bigger cities of Texas, I still stand out. Even though I picked a city that has the most brown people in Texas, I still stand out. And so I feel like that there's something about you that's just the gossip on you is like, you're not going the right way. But also it's not like this, I'm out, deuces, screw all of you. I'm going to go like, do some like pilgrimage or whatever. I feel like you're very, yeah, there's a balance of rebel and a balance of like, but I still have to have a job. Or whatever, like I still have to pay my bills. Like I feel like, yeah, no, there's definitely you're very tapped into your logical side, your analytical side, as well as your intuitiveness, right? You don't say I need one or the other, I am one or the other, or anything like that, regardless of your gender or non-gender or whatever. I'm just saying that there's something here about you where you're just like, yeah, and yeah, there's an unapologeticness about you right now that I'm getting people like taken aback. People are taken aback by you. I feel like, yeah, here's the veil. Okay, there's the veil. I had a channeling this morning and I have it written down. We're going to do it later. But the veil is getting thinner. Obviously, we've got Samhain, all the stuff at oh my gosh, with the High Priestess in reverse. Talk about some spiritual energy here. Things have been revealed to people. No, you have been revealed to people. That's what it is. Yeah, no, going on that, the veil is getting thin. I feel like you're finally stepping out into, I just had a reading this morning and it really resonated, and it's coming into this. You have decided to no longer I'm getting the curse card in the mystical shaman deck. You're I think even though you have been out and about in your life, I feel like you're definitely a person that speaks your mind, gets your point across, doesn't really like pussyfoot around or anything like that. But I feel that you've also kind of held back when it comes to like meeting new people or what have you. You're like, let me be this person until they get to know me or they cross me or whatever. And I feel like you're just like no longer like holding half of yourself back. I feel like, because I know for me, I'm like, well, you get the sweetheart of the Sicilian. And really what I need to do is like be both at the same time, right? That's actually, it can be very manipulative if you think about it. And I didn't really think about it that way, but it's also a defense mechanism. I'll show you the side of me until you trigger this side of me, right? And so it comes as this like this whip around for people. And I feel like you just really need to step up to the plate. It's not like, oh, you think I'm the benched person or whatever, and I'm really the pinch hitter. I don't even know my baseball, and I don't know why baseball is coming into this, but it definitely feels like you present yourself a lot less yourself when you first meet people, because I feel like you think you're going to come off too much for them. And now I feel like you're okay with being, because it's not too, it's they're the ones that are putting that TOO, that you are too much, you're too much for them, you're too much for their comfortability. And I feel like you're okay now with, I'm uncomfortable with you being uncomfortable, and it doesn't have to be this big tete-a-tete like you and that or whatever. It's just like, okay, you stand where you are and I'll stand where I am. Right on. Let's roll with it. People, again, I'm getting that taken aback. Yeah. Queen materials in reverse. I'm going to take my abundance and my energy and my whatever, and I'm going to go put it elsewhere. If you do not see my value, it's not my job to prove it to you. I already know who I am, and this isn't coming out of conceit. This is coming, the Queen of Pentacles, she works. This is Pentacles. This is, I put in the work, I put in the time, I put in the hours, I put in the energy, right? This isn't like I just manifest it, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, like the Queen of Wands with the, but the Queen of Pentacles, like she's done the work. She has the resume. The Queen of Pentacles has receipts. And this is who you are. And you're just like, you know what? No mas, no longer. That's the Ten of Pentacles here. I have with the graveyard here at the bottom. Oh, the cutoff queen. I don't care if you want to bury me in the cemetery with all your friends or whatever. You want me to be part of the family or whatever, but you're going to treat me like crap. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm getting a person that might have just walked away from a significant amount of family or people that they considered family as well. What's the gossip on my pile number one? You are smooth and steady. I'm getting like a well-oiled, like I'm getting like the way, I've never really been into sports cars, but the few times that I've been in like, significantly expensive, I'm like, what's the, are they pretty? No, you get when you're like, they handle real well. You handle real well. Excuse my grammar on that. The Six of Materials, you are not giving your energy to anyone. You are, and I'm getting this like, I don't care how long I've known you. How are you going to treat me? And it's not even how you treat me. I've gotten to a point where I'm like, how do you treat the people that I love? It's not just, or the people, like service people. How do you, and this is the way it's always been, but I'm just in a situation now where I have a person that's very near and dear to me, and they are attached to a person that's very near and dear to me. And I cannot associate myself with this person when they're doing this to this other person that I also love. Right? I'm not going to tell them what to do. I'm not going to tell them how to do it. I'm not going to even tell. But what I will do is not give them my energy, because it's not, I don't approve. It's like, it's just wrong. And I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to do that. And I feel like that you're just like, yeah, I'm not going to. I refuse. Back it up. Out of my space. There's no, you've drawn, I'm getting toe in the sand. There's a line in the sand, Hierophant in reverse. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. You have no commitment to anyone. And also there's this sense of you aren't traditional, but there's a Hierophant. That energy is still there. It's like you carry it, but you carry it within yourself. You're like, I don't respond. I am not part of your hierarchy, right? Like I grew up military brat, married the military, all this stuff where there's this hierarchy of everything like that. And now I'm like in a military house, and I'm like, even being in a military neighborhood, I can feel all the energy of like, this is your place. and I do this and I do that and here. And I love my military. Do not get me wrong. I am a patriot. Okay. So do not misconstrue, because I feel somebody like, oh, well, there she goes, the military. I was a military spouse. I served my country. How about you, before you come at me? So let's just go ahead and nip that in the bud before you come at me with that energy. If you have a problem with me, get off my channel. Secondly, I am in this scenario here where it's like I haven't been around these type of, and this has been like all my life, and now I'm back in it, and it's just like this hierarchy of like, know your place. And I'm like, no, know your character. I don't care what kind of medals you have on your sleeve. It's how you treat the person next door to you, right? Like, yeah, no, you have got and I think that's because I'm really in your energy. You are no longer reining yourself in. And I don't feel like you're doing it in this like blow it all up and burn the bridges type of thing. I don't think so at all. I think you're very, very comfortable in just letting people, they can be the ones to freak out. They can be the ones that get out of character, but it's not going to be you. Yeah, Page of Emotions with the Two of Cups. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, it's like two separate camps. It's like I want to say Team David and Team Goliath. That's the third time it's coming. Threes are really big. Like even the restaurant, I won't get into that. I'm like, let me try and stop, not go down these rabbit holes. This is what people know you, the Page of Emotions and the Two of Cups. This is all emotions and love. And is this you? It is you. But this is what people want to bring. This is what people want to have with you. I think you pulling away and taking your energy back. I feel like people are really triggered when you're around. And then when you leave, they're like, even though you trigger them, they're like, well, where did they go? It's like your haters miss you. This is so sad. I'm not gonna lie. This is so sad that people don't feel like they have a life if they are involved in yours. Right? It's kind of like that I won't say social media. Obviously you're watching me on it, but that reality TV show like Game of Thrones is for a year and a half, and people are like, what happened to them? This, that, and the other. They're so invested. People are so invested, but I don't think they're necessarily invested in like liking you. I feel like this is very much so they want to be in your circle. I also feel that people are realizing that when they are in your circle, they're very protected. They are protected by your protection. And once you leave, I'm talking about literally take your foot off the threshold, off the premises, leave the building, the hammer comes down. Like what their life was before you met them, they're all starting to remember. I keep getting this energy. You would be, I feel like it is a different pile, but you are the pile that definitely comes in and like, you're such a breath of fresh air, right? You're so just this, that, and the other. And then people are like, oh, it must be me. That must be my energy. People find me so much more attractive when you're around and they think it's them. And then you leave and they realize it was you. You magnetized everything. Again, you date people, and as soon as they start seeing you, all of a sudden everybody's chasing after them, because first of all, they're like, well, how could they get someone like that with that type of energy? There must be something about this person that attracted that person. And then as soon as you're like, and then that person's like, oh, and then you're like, I'm getting some big Aquarius vibes here. I'm getting shenanigans. You're no longer like, it's not like take the bait or go higher or go. I feel like you're willing to play the game, just not in the way that people aren't. You're I'm like, here we go. Pile number one, you are multidimensional. You were able to think. You can see one thing happen and see how it's going to affect. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. I totally understand. Most of us are stuck in the 3D. And it's not like, oh, this woke thing, but it kind of is. I'm saying that the way you conduct yourself everywhere. Okay, now I'm also getting, I think there's a general, that was the word, what did we say earlier? It wasn't consensus, but it was something. There's a general consensus that you know what you're talking about. 444 on the clock. It was 1444, but 444. You know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. I think people also thought that there was just this timidness, this lame. I'm offended for you, pile number one. Because I think people see this side of you, because there's definitely two people here. Definitely might have some big Gemini placements. But there's two sides of you, and I feel like you're no longer going to keep them separate. I feel like I'm getting this like pushing across the table. Like, here you go. These are all of my cards. How do you like me now? I'm getting these nuts. I don't know why that's coming up. That's a message for somebody. These nuts. Yeah, no, you're ooh, pile number one. But it's like, I want to be all up in your energy, and you're like, it's not playtime. It's serious. It's like, get down to business time. Let's get down to business. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very, yeah. And people want to get, first of all, they want to be in your business, and then they want to get down to business with you in many ways. We will be. Well, I'm not, I'm not going to make any promise to you. I'm going to do what I do in my real life. I promise y'all a lot on here, but my energy is my energy. What I do in my real life, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I back my words up, and I feel like that's who you are. I feel like you back your energy up. You're not just like a chihuahua, like I'm all, this desert keeps coming. Yeah, people feel like they're in the desert. They need you. They want you. People are getting their karma. Karma readings coming. We just kind of had to push through another couple of weeks before we come up with that one. I'm like, doggy. It's about to come up. Pile number two. My pile number two. Let's make sure the microphone is on here. Pile number two. What's the gossip on my pile number two? Where are we at? 1656. Well, I guess these are going to be longer than I thought they would. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This came out so slow, the mystic in the upright, and then it flipped itself to the under. Okay, what's the gossip on you? I feel like people are saying, I'm like, right off the bat, I can already feel people are saying that you're not as psychic or intuitive as you are. So yeah, there's a lot of, I don't feel like you go around tooting your horn, but you might be like out of the spiritual closet and like, this is what, but yeah, there's definitely something here. Let's go ahead. I'm like, let's get into this. I'm like, oh, what's the gossip? What's the tea? Clarify the mystic, please. Whew. Yeah, there's a lot of stress. Is it unknown? Is it, or are they, or are they? No, I think these are the people. Oh, okay. I'm like spitting everywhere. Yeah. I feel like these are the people that thought you weren't, that you were lying, or you're just like, I'm intuitive, or I'm an empath and I feel your emotions, or this, that, and the other. I'm also getting, it keeps coming up. It's like this past week, I dated this guy and he's like, oh, you must be the person, you're like intuitive, like you dreamt that like I was cheating or something like that. And I was like, oh, so I got my, yeah. Nine of Pentacles. Is this that? Oh yeah, this is them. It is not you with the High Priestess. Shook. I just got shook. I shooketh thee. We've got the nine of materials, right? And materials. People not only like not feeling independent, but like codependent with strength in reverse, right? Like feeling like they have no footing. The five of emotions, the five of cups, spilt milk, but this isn't spilt milk. This is cave. You've iced out some people. So we've got the Hierophant here with the two, not the, why did I say the Hierophant? You might want to look at pile one. I meant the High Priestess with the two, but these all came out together. People are getting left behind. I don't think that they thought you were going to do it. It's like this energy is what they wanted you to be in, and it turns out that they're in it themselves. I feel like people have like stripped themselves away from, like, saw that they were, yeah. I feel like people are like, they're like playing their manipulative games that they do with other people. They realize it doesn't work on you. And it's not even like, oh, it doesn't work on you. I feel you saw them coming. You saw them coming and you let them play themselves out. Again, this is such a repeated energy here. And it's so, you know what, honestly, pile number two, and you know it and I feel it, it's so pedestrian, right? It's so like, really, it's such a trope. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Right? But like you don't do that. You just give people who you give yourself to people. You don't give it all, but you give them what they this is I don't feel like you present yourself to people than anything than you are. But when they start getting squirrely and looking at you sideways, you're going to roll up on it. We're getting this duality here, but this is just people. Okay, yeah, with the five of people have tried to play so many games on you. Triangulation, like, oh, there's another person, or I had one guy that was saying like, nobody's going to love you the way I love you. Nobody's going to care about you the way I. What? What kind of crazy bullshit is that? Like, I'm the only one. You are so what? Detrimental or so whatever that nobody else is going to love you the way I can. And you can barely, I mean, yeah, there is this energy of people. I'm so freaking frustrated. I'm going to try not curse. So freaking frustrated with the people that are like, if I knew who they were, really, I don't think you're faking it. I wouldn't have treated them this way. The one thing has stuck. There's been a couple of things that have stuck with me from my childhood. And my dad always told me, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You don't give people second chances. Your first, I wouldn't either. I don't. Because I also give people warnings, right? I don't just like, oh, you just, whatever. Like there is a, like, I feel like something's off. Is there anything you need to talk about? Is there something that you want to tell me? Like, I am very, 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 because when I care about people and when I invest in people, I don't want to lose them, right? It takes me a long time to even do that. So it's very difficult to a point, and then it's over with. Right? I don't like, well, maybe it'll happen. Like, I don't walk away unless I know it's irreparable. It's clear to everybody who is in the wrong, and it's not, oh, I'm always right. Like, I just don't do shitty stuff to people. Like, this is how you, like, oh, you always think you're right. No, I don't do shitty things to people. You may think that it was shitty because I cut you off, but like somebody needed to do it because obviously you're running around like a crazy person thinking that this type of energy is going to attract the type of people that you want in your life or that are going to help you or whatever. Like, this is a very, yeah, I'm getting cross watchers. You can watch me all you want. This is an energy that's I will suffer no fools. And people just are unwilling to take their responsibility for their actions here. And you're like, that's not my problem. And the fact that I feel like you're just very upfront, like I'm intuitive. For me, I'm like, I have all 5 clairs on. You can do whatever you want. It's not going to get past me, but you can try. That's lovely. Ha ha ha. It's like telling like a cancer doctor or something like that their scans aren't right. Okay. But they wouldn't do it. Like, the doctor has like the $850,000 in student loans, and me, again, well, let's keep everything in context. We had the 5 of voices, so many fives, 3 of cups in reverse, the ace of materials with the, yeah, you were leaving people. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Right? 3 of cups, 5 of voices. This is past energy. This is what people have brought into your life. They brought in third parties, regardless of even if you knew there was a third party or not. They brought in more parties, or they tried to triangulate you. Again, if you don't know what that is, go ahead and look it up. But it's definitely a person that's like, oh, well, this person's talking to me. They're trying to get you jealous and get you out of character. You're like, and then, all right, maybe I have my own third or fourth person. Yeah, I feel like you match people's energy really. They don't know how to. I'm getting like this. How do we get around it? You just attract, you're going to. A lot of people that are like, oh yeah, you're intuitive. Let's see if I can get past your whatever. And you're like, all right. Oh, they're waiting for you to like point the finger. And I feel like I saw what you did last summer and I'm going to walk away. Because it has nothing to do with me being right. It has everything to do with me like not wanting to be involved in your fuckery. There's the cursing. All right. We're not monetized yet, so let's go with it. We have the Ace of Materials with the Knight of Inspiration. And these all want to come out together. They want to hitch their wagon to your tail or whatever it is. They see that you are like an actual, like, pentacle. Things come your way. Night of inspiration. You go after things and you achieve them. And they're like, how are they they are so, let me not bring my life into this. I mean, obviously I'm going to, because I'm the reader and this is how this goes, but like it really is a problem here. I think you'll agree with me that, you know, the gossip on you is people can't get at you. They have no access to you anymore. And they revoke their own passes. And then they're upset because you called them out on their shit or just gave them consequences for their actions. It's crazy to me that people are just like, well, it's them and it's this and it's that. And they're like, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe this person walked away from me because it's me. We got a King of Pentacles here in reverse. This could be it's somebody floating around. I'm like, I'm not going to even give that person energy here. Like, we are not here for exes or people. Like, we're not people. Yeah, people want to be the main character in your life. Page of inspirations in reverse. People just want to come in. I definitely had this guy online. I kind of blew him off because he was like being a douchey McDouchington, and I was like, hey, I can't make it. I this, that, and the other, and then he like contacted me the other day, and he's like, hey, want to go for that drink? Because I was like, I don't think I'm interested. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then he like deletes his account. I'm like, I guess it was probably the yeah, sure. I don't care if you play for the Yankees, right? Like, or I mean, like but I mean, old Yankee, regardless. Right? Like he thought that I was me falling all over myself. And I was like, sure, yeah, we'll get that drink. I have nothing planned or whatever. And then he's like, oh, well, now I'm going to, yeah, Emperor in reverse. Yeah, you got people here that played games with you and you decided not to play. And they can't process it. So I'm like, alrighty. All right, let's see if our microphone's still on. Yep, still on. All right, let's get into pile number 3. I've already screwed the pooch on all of these. Pile number 3, you're at your strawberry quartz. And we're done. Yeah, I feel like you're no longer giving your energy, like not even like no longer giving your energy cut off. I'm thinking that you're not even thinking about, and people are all up in their head because they stay stuck, right? And we are in that karmic washing machine. And I feel like you are walking karma. So pile number 3, let's get into it. It's okay. I'm like, pile number 3, I'm already feeling very self-conscious. It's the first time that I've looked at like cellulite on my arms and like looked at whatever. So you might have Libra placements. Because it's like one of the few times that I get into this energy where I'm like, is my hair okay? Whatever, is Libra. Sometimes Virgo, but usually Virgo is like everything around the house. With Libra, it's like, how do I look? What does it look like on camera? So you might have significant Libra placements. Pile number 3. Okay, we're going to go here. Let's get a gossip. All of a sudden, you hear that sigh, like, what is this energy? I'm getting 4 cups. Pile number 3, what's the gossip on you? Getting exasperation. You pissing people off, pile number 3? It might be. Bring in the pain. Sorry. You got apocalypse here. So you're my catalyst energy. What's the gossip on you? It is in reverse here, but it has nothing to do with it being in reverse. It is, I just heard reverse psychology. It is in the upper, reverse psychology. Yeah, okay, what's the gossip on you? I think a lot of people tried to run some game on you. I'm like, is this your immediate, like, who's got, now I want to know who. I'm like, who's gossiping? Let's get some tarot out here, because I don't feel like this is you or people like friends of yours or whatever. I feel like this is like a next level, like a family member. There's something here. Who's doing this? Somebody did like some reverse psychology on you and it didn't work. Ooh, somebody got some really bad advice from their friends. Oh, somebody's got some jealous friends. Pardon me. Yeah, 5 cups. And somebody's got some really jealous friends. There's somebody here with the Page of Swords in reverse. Watching. Liar. Really insecure. Oh, I was going to say insecure, emasculated. Like, yeah, no. Okay. So now I'm getting people that wanted to puff somebody up. Magician. Yeah. Somebody thought they were going to make some magic with you. Or be magic in your life. Or something. Perform a magic trick that you were going to, but I feel like they were like egged on by other people. Now I get all these here, like these people like, yeah, and you should do this, and this is how it works, and this, that, the other, and it did not go well. What is the gossip? I'm like, are we gonna stick with this? With the 4 wands, yeah, the 4 wands, this person has all these people behind them, like, yeah, go, do it. Don't call them for whatever, or tell them that you're dating someone else, or this, that, and the other, or like try and make them feel some type of way. And you're like, I'm going to shave my head and move into a yurt and keep, like, I'm kidding. You moved out so like mass exodus of your space. I'm sorry. There's a person here that has some really, really some people are very skewed in their point of view of like you, or and you might be very different from this person too. Oh, this just fell out of my hand. Like the music from King of Cups. They didn't know how to act. They didn't know. Like I feel like this is a person that really liked you in the past. I don't know if they do now, but I don't even think it's your fault. They say I've already said it, I could say it. Somebody brought the fuckery, and he brought the fuckery back. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting like a smack, like a pop. Like, who do you think you are? Yeah, I'm getting like a teacher. I just watched that show with Breaking Bad guy. What's his name? Brian. And he's like the judge on Showtime or whatever. And there's like this teacher. I don't know why that's coming up. Now there's a little weirdness there. Might be a really big age. Okay, yeah, okay. Now I'm getting generational gap. Okay, there's a generational gap here. So we have to, I had a second mama that was one of the most racist people you'll ever meet in your life. But she was born that way, like calling people porch, all this stuff. And she loved me like a second daughter, and I learned so much from her. But it took us a while to get there, when she says things, and she had to learn to keep things back, and I had to learn that that's how she grew up. But there's definitely somebody really gauged you one way, and you are not that. Let's just put it that way. Let's get a little more apocalyptic. Yeah, and I feel like you brought down, like I'm getting the 9 of Materials again with the Page of Materials. Yeah, somebody brought, again, this page with this like a single flower, and it's a page. This is a child. Brought a single flower to the 9 of Pentacles person, who is pre-empress. I have businesses, I have owners. I'm also getting something here like that. Yeah, with this, I'm getting that age gap thing too. Here with like, you're very like flowery and sunny and sweet and honey, right? And somebody's like, "Oh, you're gonna reel them in." They don't know what the Big Papa or something like that. They didn't realize that you were Big Papa. They didn't realize that they were actually the minnow. They were trying to treat you like bait, and you're like, I'm the fisherman. What are you talking about? It wasn't a good analogy, but it's in my head. Yeah, they feel, again, this apocalypse. I think you're like, breaking somebody, cracking somebody else's, like their head open too. Like they had no idea that this could like be possible or whatever. You definitely, I feel like this is definitely my psychic. I think all of y'all are. Well, we all are, but I mean, very, very, with the High Priestess here on the bottom of the 2 of Cups. So definitely someone that you were involved with. Here, let's get a little more. I'm like, I want to dump it. I'm like trying to keep them succinct, y'all. I'm trying to do it. And then I'll just keep my collective for the channelings. Oh my gosh, you can't make it up. We've got the Page of Voices in reverse twice. 2 different decks. This person is watching you. Everybody else is watching. All of their friends are watching you. and they are like, they're looking for like clues, pieces. How did they misjudge you? Like, oh, there's a studying. All right, I'm not going to tell you too much about my personal life, but there was definitely this energy where I feel like there's this panel, like this American Idol panel, like how did we mess up? How did we not? What did we do wrong? How do we get him back? How do we this? Like there's this big discussion, a hubbub or something along those lines, where people are with the aid of inspiration. People want to talk. People are getting like angry because they don't know who you are. Yeah, I'm getting this like rogue. Now I'm getting Hunger Games. Like you're up in the tree, like shooting arrows. They don't know where you're coming from. They don't know. Well, they might not have actually been around somebody that's actually psychic, you know, like I can see it coming from a mile away. Yeah, with this coming out in the horizontal, I just want to show you all my cards. Well, that's not you. Four of emotions. And you're like, meh, take it or leave it. The Four of Cards on the Four of Cards, the Four of Cups on the Four of Cups is just like, I'm over it. And they don't, because you didn't get angry. Yeah, you didn't make a stink. Ace Materials, like, yeah, you can't have my GPS coordinates, right? Doesn't that look like the little you can have my GPS coordinates or my golf tee. Like, I'm not gonna tee you up for success. Like, what do you bring to my life? That's what, yeah, no, you are cutthroat, savage, cutthroat. I feel like we're leading into pile number 4 right now, and I think we're going to jump into that right now. What's the gossip on you? 3 of emotions. You're not playing with anybody. I don't think anybody in your yeah. There's a running thread here. I feel like the cutoff. Everybody has cut off a ton of people. Well, I mean that's Venus retrograde, right? To be expected. But I'm very proud of my collective right now. Very, very proud because it's not like I cut them off and now I'm like in the corner sucking my thumb, wondering if they're going to come back or whatever. Like I'm getting this like. You dropped them and then you walked over the body and I'm like, I might pee on you if you're on fire. Possibly. I don't even think you're that vindictive. I think you'd pee on them if they paid for it. You're so savage right now. I might pee on them. Okay, yeah, no, this. I'm like, that's my earpods. And the universe is like, let's stay on YouTube, Mara. Metaphorically, we're speaking, right? Okay, pile number 4. You're the only one I remember. Like, get your tourmaline out, bitches. It's time to go. All right, pile number 4, tourmaline. My High Priestess collective, the HP in the house. Yeah, I'm like out of your energy now, Libra. Yeah, with the swords, I'm like, oh, I'm just sweating now. Pile number 4. I'm like, what am I picking up? I'm getting nothing. Like blue steel. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, my High Priestesses. You have inoculated yourself from everyone. You have, I just got the North Face. I've been watching TV. Hello, that's amazing. I've been watching, not cable or TV, but things that other people watch. It's been so long. I'm like catching up on all the stuff. But the North Wall, or the Wall of the North, yeah, the winter is coming. Yeah, people are like, hello, and you're like, again with that. You might have a Sagittarius. I'm getting that arrow in there. Pile number 4, High Priestess collective. Messages for my High Priest. They said get 3. Okay, let's get 3. Pardon me. I almost want to get charms out for this. I don't know where they are. I'm in mid-flight right now. There's so much more to come. I'm so excited. I've got so much to share with you when the time is right. It's going to be awesome. You're going to see. Ooh, the vessel. Woo! With the sustainer in reverse. This is me. This is you. I have my womb. I have everything inside. I have my full I'm getting 6 of swords from the, not the shamanic deck, the good tarot. No, the 6 of air, the 6 of wands, like the, but it's going up in the balloon. It's like I rise above. And we have the sustainer. I am no longer going to give you CPR. I am no longer here to sustain your ego or your projections of who I am and what I'm going to do. I am no longer going to give you mouth to mouth. I take my mask back. I am the flight attendant. I am the most important person on the plane because I can save other lives, but the most important person on here on this plane is me, the flight attendant. Why? Because I know where everything is on the plane. And so if I die, everybody else goes down. Yeah, you're like, I'm not going to waste my, ooh. All right, calm down. I'm not going to waste my breath on someone who doesn't deserve the level of care, energy, and love that I bring to the table. That was as clear as day coming in. Who am I tapping into right now? I'm like, all of a sudden I want to get quiet and be like, you might have a connection with Kali Ma, Kali Ma, Hecate, Hecate. Okay. You have significant Uranus placements. I'm getting very do not resuscitate. DNR. Dead on a right. DOA. DNR. Do not resuscitate. DOA. DNR. DOA. That's how I keep getting. DNR. DOA. Do not resuscitate. There are some. Okay. Gotcha. The vessel. Somebody see the vessel, like when we're talking about the womb. Someone's coming in. I'm like, before we even pull anymore. Somebody else. Oh, it's not the person you thought. It's not this music. There is a King of Swords here on the bottom. It's not the person you thought. Someone's coming in unexpectedly that you did not see coming, and they want a piece of this because you didn't sustain. You decide, you're like, no, I'm not going to be the good Samaritan. That'll give me a lawsuit and I'm going to walk away. Not to say that I would do that because I'm a flight attendant and it's in me. I'm going to give somebody mouth to mouth. It's going to happen. I am going to resuscitate. But there's this, like, there's a need to realize that there is nothing left to do here in this situation. Pile number 4, High Priestess Collective. Clarify. It's not going to work. A materials. I'm like, I just want to start channeling right now. Really, like, I want to get these cards out really quickly. We have the music voices that was on the bottom here with the 9 of Pentacles in her. I might be just talking to you. Sure, I want you to watch all of the whatever, but I don't want you to watch them if they're not for you. But this 9 of Pentacles has come up in every single freaking corner of this reading. And if you're like me, I've got several people orbiting me, and like, we need to know what's going on so we can protect ourselves, right? And you've got this muse of voices. They are in the upright. This is someone that's very clear spoken, but they are all up in your energy. They don't like that you are the 9 of materials, right? But they're trying to appear upright. Let's see here what's coming. I'm like, is this a person? Because they are in the upright, and I do respect that. But there was Ace of Emotions, yeah, in reverse. It's not. This is someone from the past, and in the past, the Ace of Emotions in reverse. They are not coming in for love. They are coming in because they want you to keep breathing air, your life, your goody love juice. I wanted to say Virgo into them. They see that you're the vessel, that you're about to birth something. They want to inseminate you, right? With some toxicity to keep you. I'm sorry. I'm like, ooh, they're coming in the upright. That's why they're coming in the upright. But they don't want you to be, they're coming in like, yeah, benevolent. But what they really want to do is lock you down. They might even try and trap you. Please use protection. There are some divine masculines. No, not divine masculines. There are some masculines out here that will try and trap you with a baby. Hear it from me. for material. Yeah, I mean, this is just overpass stuff. It's like getting redundant now. All right, my pile number 4. You got somebody coming in. It's not changed. They haven't changed. They've been using this, like this 5 of, also with this 5 of voices, like trying to use tactics to you in the to you in the purse. Oh my gosh. I don't like that with the 4 of voices here. This might be somebody who like tactically uses their finances to control people. So be very careful. I don't want to get any closer there with the 8 of emotions. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on here. All right. I love you very much, my beautiful people. I'll see you next time. Bye.